will recall, Ardee won his way into the pro tournament last month and then knocked Legend out. Legend was the reigning champion at the time. Ardee knocked him out of the tournament. So Legend's hungry, Ardee's hungry. We got Ardee, hashtag RDOP. He took first place in D1 and D2 on the Crater, fighting out of the UK, 20 years old, only been playing for a year, the new kid on the block, but he's tough. He's definitely a fan favorite, definitely a top-level player. And then we got Legend, fighting out of Jordan, took first place on Crater. As I just said, he did lose out of last map very quickly to Ardee. Age 22, been playing a few years, top 3 in the world in QM. Everyone knows him. Nothing else to be said there. So, Legend versus Ardee. Let's get into it. We are doing best of 5. We'll start off Soviet versus Soviet. You guys know the drill by now. We got Legend in yellow. We got Ardee in red. $10 on the line. Oh, the U.S. Midwest Cleveland tunnel. What a scrub stream, man. All right, there we go. FCEU, we're on the tunnel. The players are saying good luck. You know they don't mean it. All right. So again, guys, so we did see... Oh, where's the intro? Let's get the intro. Oh, we missed the intro. You guys will just have to imagine it. So, the big thing to keep in mind is that Ardee, last month, the castle map was a very interesting map in the sense that it played very differently. There was a lot of, because of the walls early on, there was some early shenanigans, and you didn't see the usual Blitz madness, the early rush, the power of the rhinos. And that's what these kind of players like Legend are obviously better at. So a player like Ardee, who last month got the reps and spent a lot of time practicing, he was able to get in there, he had a very dialed-in strategy, and he played incredibly well on it. And he beat, he did beat Legend. There's nothing to take away from Ardee on that. Ardee is a great player. But you got to imagine on an open map like this, I really think Legend is definitely feeling more comfortable, more of a favorite, where he can play just his traditional style. The game that he's more used to, the game that he's more comfortable with. So let's see if Ardee can stay on top of Legend, which I think would be hilarious if he took him down again. But at the same time, see if Legend can take him down. Now, if gun to my head, let's say $1 million on the line, I think I'd have to go. I would have to go Legend, but I'm not very confident about it. I feel like on the open map, this does favor Legend style. Legend, obviously, traditionally a much higher level player. Obviously one of the best in the world. But Ardee's a Blitz stud, man. So I'm excited to see it. Let's see how things go here. Soviet versus Soviet, looking pretty even right away. Similar builds. You see Ardee bringing it to Legend. I love that, putting the pressure on. Pro Rattle in the house.
I'm so excited you're here. I could deso an anthill.
Most good-looking man on CNCnet. Legend, huh? Yeah, good-looking guy. All right, and some early action here. That's what we're going to see a lot of on this map. Both players build towards each other. You see that initial conflict. And Legend choosing to be the attacker early on. The defense usually has a pretty big advantage using their bunkers, using their sentry guns. But Legend pushing right through. And the sentry gun's the big move here. Desolator from Ardee to counter, though. He is going to dive on that oil, Derek. Ooh, doesn't get that oil. Deso's just in time. Beautiful counter from Ardee. But yeah, nice use of the conscripts from Legend early on. Early on, those conscripts get a lot of value, but once the Deso's on the field, things tilt very quickly. So Legend now forced to pull out with that. Oh, nope, he's able to sentry out that Desolator. So pretty even tanks now. Ooh, the crates are out. Crates are out. And that's why people are like, why did you put the crates? They're not that big of a deal. It's just funny. Like, look, now Legends, like, tanks are out of position. It's just this one little wacky thing to add a little bit of variable to the game. That's what it's all about. Anyone offers you 306 to 1 odds, you take it. Fair enough. Can't argue with that. Yeah, how are the predictions looking right now?
I've got the knowledge.
Legend. So Legend, the heavy crowd favorite. But yeah, Ardee's nothing to be laughed at, that's for sure. Oh, we do see some and Ardee out with the early tech. And this Soviet versus Soviet matchup, for those players betting on Legend, this is, you know, you want Legend to get a point here. Soviet versus Soviet's usually where we see the traditional skills show up. So if Ardee's able to take home the Soviet versus Soviet, that'd be huge momentum to go through the rest of the series. I love this Kirov from him. These early tech pushes from Soviet. I love that we've seen that the Blitz meta kind of evolve into that. Tank battle here, and Ardee's looking just fine, I think. And he's chasing Legend out of his base. Ah, the Kirov goes AFK on the top side. Too bad, it could have got that. Ooh, it could have targeted an oil possibly, but he's focused on this tank battle on the right side, and as he should be. And Ardee also gets into the water. Oh my god. Ardee ninja status. He does slightly lose on that tank battle right side. And Legend's just trying to, Legend is trying to find an edge here, trying to make something happen. Ardee's looking pretty nice though. He's pretty tucked in. Dreadnought's on the field. Legend's going to counter with the tanks, and this is a big part of this map. Your Navy presence doesn't really work without map control, generally speaking. Although Legend's so busy having to counter the tanks, so Legend gets into the water as well. Both players with their lighthouses. Remember, guys, if you want to have a Navy, you got to get a lighthouse. Capture a lighthouse with an engineer. The lighthouses cannot be destroyed. We are going to see both players with Iron Curtains. Ardee has a significant Iron Curtain advantage here. So Legend brings out a Squid to counter the Dreadnoughts. Perfect counter. Both Dreadnoughts go down. Here comes the Iron Curtain. What can Ardee do with it? Oh, Ardee blunders the Iron Curtain. Only gets one Rhino. And that's what it's all about when you're playing Blitz at the highest level. It's not necessarily about who makes the right decisions. It's about who doesn't make the wrong decisions. And that is what you call a blunder, ladies and gentlemen. He needed to get more out of that Iron Curtain, but certainly not out of it yet. Both players still in here. They got all the tools that they need to make something happen. I love the Squid counter from Legend. I think that was a great move. But yeah, so Ardee's going to try to focus on controlling this middle here. Demo truck now left side. Can it get anything done? Demo truck doesn't get much done. So now we see the action shift over to the bottom right here. Again, Ardee going to try to sneak that Deso in to get some chip damage done. Banging out in the center. Yeah, Kian saying he could have probably picked some better targets with that Dreadnought. I think he's right. He went for a War Factory. Could have tried to knock out the tech. Both players still with heavy tech. And here comes the Iron Curtain from Legend. Legend's Iron Curtain looking super nice here. Let's see what targets he picks. Force shields the nuclear reactor, but ooh, and you see Legend with a nice split. Can he get? Oh, he doesn't get the Iron Curtain. Ooh, but forces the cell on the battle lab. Yep, and so the Navy's still neutralized. Ardee with a ton of tanks right now. Ton of tanks. Ooh, but drives into a lot of radiation. And again, you know, Legend, one of these top level players. Again, and the Iron Curtain only gets 2 tanks this time. Ardee's playing a little bit sloppy here, but it looks like it's going to be enough to take this one home. I think Ardee in a very decisive position right now. Difficult to say with these top. Sometimes with Legend, like, I'm completely wrong, but yeah, Ardee with the MCV, the Battle Lab, and the IC, that's plenty for this hit and run. He could pull out now and still be able to take this one, but doesn't want to lose all of his tanks here without taking Legend's tanks. Decides to drive on radiation. He wants the War Factory, but doesn't matter. Legend GG's out. Oh, the Kirov's coming. Yeah, on the back end, Ardee way ahead. Ardee takes point number 1. Hashtag ArdeeOP. Takes home the Soviet versus Soviet. And again, guys, that's the point that Legend had to feel the most comfortable about. So, wow. What a banger. What a banger. Wow, 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 wow. Oh, what a banger. Dude, Ardee, I mean, the funny thing is, Legend didn't make any mistakes. Legend didn't make any mistakes. Ardee's, and Ardee actually did make a few mistakes. Ardee's on a level, man. Ardee's on a Blitz level. All right, Ardee, you gonna ready up, buddy? What are you back at the playbook? What are you studying? Ardee, come on, buddy. Ardee. There you go. All right, guys. Any of you guys who are hanging around here, you want to get some games in? Right after this, we're going to pick the teams for the 2v2 tournament today. We're going to run a single day 2v2 tournament. Should take about an hour and a half. We're picking the teams right after this. We had 12 players committed. We only got 5 players who have confirmed. If you are already signed up, please go and confirm in the 2v2 Discord. If you have not signed up and you want to play, shoot me a DM. Ardee, yeah, J-Card, I like that, I like that. That's a good idea. All right, so now we switch over to Allied versus Allied. Ivor, your head's in the way. Don't worry, don't worry. Wow, what a banger. What a banger. Yeah, so Ardee, kind of interesting. Ardee not, well, both players here allied. Both players, neither player committing to one direction, playing a bit more conservative, staying in their corner a little bit. I like that. I like that. Allied versus Allied, you gotta think that a lot of the strategies that Ardee has from Castle are going to be pretty dialed in here. The Eagle War, stuff like that. Thanks, Minka. You got to think a lot of those allied strategies are still going to kind of carry over the Eagle War, stuff like that. But I like that it's funny to see both players committing here to the early Grizzlies and the early fodder. And it's interesting because both players probably thought the other player wouldn't, and they would be able to kind of sneak in and get some damage done with it. But you see both players bringing out that early land army, but also mixing in Rockies. Call that the rodeo opening. Got Eagles, Rockies, and tanks. It's difficult to manage and also quite expensive. So you will see both players. Legend on quite a bit of money. Legend hasn't built an Eagle yet, so Legend with a bit more money. Nice, nice. Good, good. The Dutch love their channel rewards. What they're known for. Wooden shoes and channel rewards. Yeah, you don't want to lose Eagles early on, and now with Legend out with Legend knows these Eagles are going to come. He knows how this story looks, so he's already got a Patriot missile out. He's got IFVs. He's got Rockies. Legend going to try to go for a little back door here. Already only with one IFV, but Legend does not. Oh, Legend now has an Eagle. He can counter that IFV, try to sneak in with the Rockies, and that's what he's going to do. 3 Eagles coming, sells the AFC. Ooh, and Rockies and IFVs out of position does not take any of Ardee's Eagles. Early on, you want to take a couple Eagles. Makes a big difference. And now Ardee also bringing a Prism Walk. So Legend going to push in here. Ardee without enough anti-air. Ardee in a bad spot without this anti-air. He had a Prism Tower ready to go.
Wake your ass up because it's time to go beast mode.
And Legend decisively pushes in there. Ardee with a few miscalculations, particularly on his anti-air. And Legend read the field well there. He saw the opening. He adjusted well, and that's just top-level play, top-level decision-making from Legend. And I love the aggression from Ardee. He was trying to bring a Prism Walk. He was trying to roll with the Eagles. Legend saw those two things coming, countered nicely, and made it happen. 1-1. 1-1. Legend Beast Mode. Jay-Z Freaky Gamer, thanks for the redemption, buddy. Thanks for keeping things spicy in here. I love this delay from the players to ready up. Like I just love the idea of Legend like sucking down a cigarette. Like, okay, we got this. We can't lose to Ardee again. What's the plan? What are we gonna do? Or maybe he's just waiting for me to change the factions. Never know. You never know. One or the other. All right, so now we go Soviet versus Allied. So this is going to be an interesting one. It's interesting on a map where the best strategy is the most expected strategy, you know, and obviously Ardee has to play this one aggressive. He has to bring the Rhinos in early. But Legend knows that's going to happen. And what I'm excited to see here is how Ardee's the Soviet that Ardee's been running, this kind of like early Rhino pressure, but also balanced on the back end with the early Iron Curtain, the early Kurovs. Be interesting to see how Legend tries to deal with that here. And what Legend's MO is as Allied, because the Allied strategy, obviously, you can go a few different directions. But you do see a super early base stretch here from Legend. Heading on the bottom side, what we see Ardee across the top. All right, so early Grizzlies from Legend now. Yeah, we do see both players amassing tanks. Yeah, and so Legend's going to bring some GIs over to help out here. Perfect pillbox, few GIs, and that's a nice little bottleneck here to defend. Pretty comfortable there. You have to remember on this map, compared to Kong, there's 3 openings to defend. You got this one, and then your right one as well. But this middle one, we specifically put these huts to avoid early like GI conscript rushes, which I'm not a huge fan of. So this one early game has a bit, generally don't see people attacking from it. Snipers out now to counter the fodder, GIs, pillboxes, Grizzlies, dogs, battle lab on the back end. I'm really liking this look from Legend. But Ardee's going to continue the base walk, keep the pressure on, try to use his battle bunkers. Feeling those battle bunkers can be a bit problematic though with a sniper out. Look at this Desolator, this proactive paradrop Desolator. I love it. That's what you do against an allied player. Just throw a Desolator. Oh, I thought it was just going to go chill back there and wait for a paradrop. Yep, he was. Here comes the paradrop. Whoa, that's some prediction right there. That was heads up. That Desolator's been there for 3 days. So now Legend with a nice group of Mirages already, and so the Rhinos did not get a single bit of damage done before the Mirages came out. And as a Soviet player, that's never good. You don't want that to happen. So now we're going to see, okay, so Ardee trying to diversify his portfolio. We see the Iron Curtain out. We are now going to see him take a Lighthouse and bring a Kirov. So Ardee now trying to go land, air, and sea. Trying to mix things up a little bit. That Kirov, not going to be able to get much done with that Kirov. Yeah, the IFVs are on it way too early. Oh, Desolators. Whoa, look at the range on those snipers. Snipers on a cliff, man. Ooh, and now Prism tanks on the left side from Legend. Yeah, and Ardee in a pretty tough spot here. Alright, so Iron Curtain coming. About 30 seconds. He's going to need a huge Iron Curtain, but I don't know. He's going to chase those Prisms back. The Prisms aren't supported on the left side by any Mirages, so they need to pull back. Ooh, and now the split from Legend. I was going to say, this Iron Curtain's looking pretty juicy. Desolator's headed over. Bit out of position. So 4 shields the Iron Curtain, and that's great for Legend. Ardee does go over a lot of his own radiation there as well. And Ardee losing a few oils on the left side. Mirage is now pushing in. He does get those, he gets those Prism tanks. But that's a lot of Mirages on the left side, now undefended. And Ardee, this is a beautiful split from Legend. You see Ardee just not really able to keep up with it. Doesn't really have the units to keep up with it. Oh, so uses the Iron Curtain defensively there to clean up the right side, but he still has this left side split to deal with. These Desolators are AFK. The Desolators could possibly be going over to counter these Mirages. Obviously, Desolators are great counters. He tries to get in and use that Iron Curtain, get a little bit of offense out of it. Doesn't really have the mileage, though. Those tanks get gobbled up without getting any damage done. Desolators now counter. Desolators rushing that sniper on the left side. They do get through. I believe Ardee has now taken both lighthouses. I think Ardee has... Oh, no, I thought he took the left one, too. Never mind. I forgot they changed color. Ah, that's right. Yeah, Kian making a good point here. Legend's not flying any Eagles. It's one thing to not fully commit to them, but you got to have 4 making laps. But it's easier said than done for the Octa Kid. You know, Kian's got 3 extra hands. They get bored if he doesn't have Eagles. We don't all have 8 hands, Kian. Not everyone can manage the Eagles. Although you would think a player like Legend would be doing it. Does have the... Well, he's actually... His money... He doesn't have a ton of money, actually. Iron Curtain coming now. Going to get... Ooh, and those Prisms a bit out of position, but there's just so many Mirages. So this Iron Curtain... So he has to... So he uses the Iron Curtain. He has to destroy so many Mirages. Goes in... What's the target here? Ardee, what's the target, buddy? Ooh. I don't know. I think that Iron Curtain... Oh, hey, don't question Ardee. Ardee going right for the MCV. Doesn't work. He is behind in this game, so you can't blame him for trying to swing for the fences a little bit. But I think he needed to use that Iron Curtain to try to thin out these Mirages. It might not have worked anyway, honestly. So Legend controlling those Dreadnoughts from the land, but one Dreadnought is able to take a War Factory on the left side. Legend's got plenty of War Factories to give. Already hanging on here, though, but yeah, another Iron Curtain coming. Oh, the Dreadnoughts, can they get the MCV? No, they cannot, but Legend's letting these MCVs, these Dreadnoughts get way too much done here. He's going to push, he's pushing on the Iron Curtain now. Legend does not want this Iron Curtain to go, and it doesn't. Already bringing out V3 rockets. Ooh, and Legend, here comes the Storm. Perfectly microing those the Prism tanks, having the Mirages protect them. The Dreadnought's getting some work done, but I don't think Legend's really worried about it. This is kind of a wacky base trade in some way. Yeah, Legend could have taken Navy, yeah. Yeah, Legend probably could have countered the Navy. Legend was pretty singularly focused on microing this land battle, and he did a really good job with it. You saw the splits, the microing, managing the Mirages, avoiding the radiation, avoiding the Iron Curtains. There's just a lot of micro that went into his land army. He did a good job with it and was able to pull this one out. Ardee only with a few buildings left, trying to go for a base trade. Does get the MCV. Ardee going down swinging. I love it, but yeah, Legend just has to click a few more buildings here. RDG's out. Legend takes it home. So it is 2-1 now. We switch over to Allied and Soviet the other way around. And this, yeah, 2-1. So it is best of 5. Best of 5. This is match point if Legend can take it. Already fighting to stay in the game, keep the series going. Aw, Minka doesn't like the money crates. Alright, so now Soviet versus Allied. Yeah, so let's see this. I liked that Allied look. I mean, like, you know, a couple people mentioned maybe he could have taken Navy. He could have obviously Eagles. Like, why not have 4 Eagles making laps? But I liked the he played the bottlenecks really, really well. Legend, you know, he defended his bottlenecks nicely on the left and right flanks. Resisted the early Soviet pressure, which is kind of the MO. And then he was able to just to push his tech, get his Mirages and his Prisms out. And you could tell he had a very singular strategy, but he executed it very, very well. Which is a bit different than what you normally see from Allied, which is usually like hit him from all sides with air and water and all this random different stuff. But yeah, I mean, Prism tanks and Mirages are a force to be reckoned with if you can get them out early. Yeah, so I wanted the crates to increase in value over time, but the issue is you can't set the exact amount for the crates. So that was the issue. You kind of run into, if you want them late game to be more valuable, then early game they're like a little bit OP. What is this flak track doing? Super early pressure here from Legend with these rhinos. Oh my god, sorry, I totally missed that. He got a crazy Ivan in. Wow, that's hilarious. I totally missed that. Wow. So Legend with a nice, and Ardee now with Ardee going topside with GIs. But those are kind of critical to his defensive line here. But I like the counterpunch. Does take out a barracks. Legend's got a lot of rhinos, man. The GI's doing work on the top side. I love it. I love it. Okay, so the rhinos. Man, Ardee's gonna have a hard time defending this. He might have. Oh, that prism tower puts him low power. He could have tried to use the eagles defensively. One shot on each rhino would have been nice. But I like these staying offensive, looking down the field. Oh, and he gets a paradrop in, trying to go for that MCV. Hanging on the bottom side here. Yeah, these eagles, I'd love to see these eagles start doing damage on these rhinos. One shot on each tank could make a big difference. A little late now. He could have got 2 laps in with them. A lot of snipers, nothing to defend those tanks. Yeah, but I mean, you know, Ardee, I like that he was staying offensive. You know, you get too much on your heels, it's hard to win anyway. But it would have been nice if he could have been able to resist that and prolong this a little bit. Obviously, with Allied, you want the game to go as long as possible. But yeah, Legends Rhino Might flexing right now. And Legend takes it home. He does get his revenge on Ardee 3-1.